everyone. So in this video we were still working on learning CSS variables by building this project that you see here. So far we've been able to work our way from step 1 all the way to 100. So this is going to be the last video in this playlist, and we are going to work from 101 to 118. So let's get started. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And for 101, we want to fill in the windows with your secondary color for this building. So we are talking about this circular windows that we created in the previous one. So to do so, what we are going to do is add a margin. Let's add a margin of 10%. Okay. So fill in the windows with your secondary color for this building. Okay, so we'll do a background color. And let's do variable. So we want to add window color 1, like so. Next up, the windows are stacked on top of each other, and on the rightmost purple building, so this one here, this one is what we are talking about. We want to turn the building, which is FB4B, into a flexbox parent. So the way we'll do that is to say display flex, and then want to use a flex wrap property. So we'll say flex wrap, and then we are going to give it wrap. Okay, so now what flex wrap property does is that if there is not enough space in the container for the for the element, it shifts it down. And again, if there's no enough space for the element to be in a row, it sends it down as well. So this pushes down the element to a new row when they don't fit, like I was saying. Now for 103, this building is going to have another triangle on top. So give the top section a border top of, let's first write so what's the name of this building once again? Okay, so it's going to be dot FB4A, and we want to give it a border top property. The size is going to be 5 view height, the style is going to be solid, and the color is going to be transparent. Okay, so we have the border top here on top, but it's transparent currently. So what we are going to do is, let's give it a border left. So we'll say border left. Let's say 8 view width, solid, and then uses the building's color variable. Okay, so let's say var, I'm not sure which of the buildings, is it 4? 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I think it's 1. All right, so you can see we've created this triangle on top of the building. So onto the next building, it's the green one in the foreground. So this one here, which we have here, You can see there's no sort of style. It's just a plain shape, four-sided shape. So what we want to do is we want to give it a repeating linear gradient. So let's say first background, repeating linear gradient. We bring our bracket and then we say repeating linear gradient within your building color from 0 to 5. Okay, so first let me write var building color. Let me check which one of them is this green. I think it's building color 2. So we use building color 2. We will give it 0% var again building color 2. Now let's give it 5%. And then we want to give it transparent, which the transparent is going to be 5 to 10%. So 5%. I'm using the shortcut to duplicate it. So I'm going to hold Option and Shift and then click down. So from 5% to 10%. Now let me remove this comma from here. And then we have our building with these stripes on it. Add another repeating linear gradient below the one you just added. Give it a 90 degrees direction. So first, let me just come here and say comma. Let's do repeating linear gradient. Let's give it a direction of 90 degrees. And then we want to use the building color from 0 to 12. Okay, so the building color is 2. So let me just copy this. Paste it here. And then let me duplicate it. So I'll give this one 12%. And I want to use a window color of 12 to 44%. So we'll say var window color. Let's give it window color 2. And let's say 12%. I'll duplicate it and then remove the comma and then give this one a 44%. All right, so now we have the second repeating gradient. So one on the left and then one on the right. Okay, so let's move on. We are almost there. We are getting closer to the end of this project. Let's keep going. So you don't need the background color for this building anymore. So we're just going to go ahead and remove that property. Finally, you made it to the last building, which is this one right here. Let's get to work on it. So the first thing we're going to do is to add a repeating gradient to it with a 90-degree direction. So first, let's do background. We'll do repeating linear gradient. Let's bring our parenthesis, and then inside our parenthesis, we'll give it a direction of 90 degrees. We want to use the building color from 0 to 10%. So we'll say var building color. Let me check which one is the pink one. So building color 3. So we're going to use building color 3. Okay, I'm going to duplicate it, and then it's going to be from 0% to 10%. So we have 0% to 10% like so, and then we are going to use transparent, and transparent is going to be 10% to, let's duplicate it, so 10% to 30%. All right, now don't forget to remove the last comma, otherwise it will not work. So once I remove the comma, you can see we have the stripes on the final building as well. Okay, let's add another repeating gradient to this building. So we'll bring a comma here, and we will say repeating linear gradient and then add another repeating gradient to this building. Make it the same as the one above, except don't add the 90-degree direction, and use your window color instead of transparent color. So you know what, I'm just going to copy this right here, and I'll paste it here. Okay, so we have to remove this 90 degrees, and also instead of transparent we have to use window color. So I'll hold Option and click here so that I can type at the two places at the same time. So I'll remove this transparent, and I'll say var window color 3. Okay, so there we have it, the windows for the last building. All right, now we can also go ahead and remove the background color for this building as well. So let me just go ahead and remove it since it isn't needed. Okay, now we are getting to the final stages of our project. So the buildings are done. So go back to the star selector and remove the border you applied to everything in the beginning, and the buildings will all come together. Okay, so let me shift this right here so that we have more space to see the building as well. So this is the star selector we have here. What we want to do is remove this border. Now, as you can see, our buildings look really good from this point. The only thing I think that is different from here is the color, because this is using a shade of black and white, but this is more colored. But we'll work on that as we progress. So we want to add sky as a second class to the background buildings. Okay, so here's the background buildings div. As a second class, we bring space and add sky. You're going to make a background for the skyline. Okay, let's continue. Now give the sky first. Let's select it, the sky class. We select it. Want to give it a radial gradient, so we say radial gradient. So let's say background. Sorry, you have to do background first, then radial gradient. Let's use this as the first color. Okay, and it's going to be from 0 to 20%. Okay, so we can also do it this way, 0, 20%. Now we want to use this. This is going to be 21%. So we'll say 21%. And then we're also going to use this, which will be 100%. So 100%. Okay, so now we have this sky behind our buildings, and we have this sort of a circular shape like a sun rising from the horizon. Okay, so this will add circular gradient to the background. That will be your sun. Okay. Wait, you should give the radial gradient a first color of FFCCC. Yeah, which I've done here. Okay, so let me just do this. I'll say hash FFC F33. Wait, you should give the radial gradient a first color of FFC F33. Give the sky a radial gradient. Use this from 0% to this. So I did background, radial gradient, and then, you know what? Let me have a look at something. Wait. So background, radial gradient, and then first we have FFC F33, which is 0%. Okay, let me add the percent. Okay, yeah, that works. At the top of the sky gradient color list, where you would put a direction of gradient, add circle closest corner at 15%. So let me just copy this. Okay, then paste it here. So this will move the start of the gradient of 15% to the top and left. Okay, it will make it end at the closest corner, which is the top left, and it will maintain a circle shape. These are some keywords built into gradient to describe how it behaves. So yeah, this some of the keywords that you can use with the gradient in CSS. So with practice, it will come naturally to you. So don't worry about it for now. You don't need to memorize all of this. Okay, now we want to add a media query to it. So a media query can be used to change styles based on certain conditions, and they look like this. So to write a media query, first you bring your @ symbol and you write the keyword media, bring your parentheses, then you bring your bracket. So inside the parentheses, you write your condition or the size at which you expect the media query to be applied. So in this case, we want to add an empty media query at the bottom of your sheet, style sheet, with a condition of max width 1000 pixels. So I'll say max width 1000 pixels. Okay. So what happens is that whatever style that we put in here will take effect when we have a screen size that is 1000 pixels. So let's copy and paste the whole sky class along with all of its properties and values into the media query. Okay, so I'm going to, where is the sky? Yeah, this is the sky. So I'll copy it from here. Wait, we're supposed to copy it, not cut it out. So let me copy it. and then paste it. Okay, so copy and paste the whole sky class along with all of its properties and values into the media query, which we have done. You are going to make another color scheme for the skyline that changes it from day to night. Okay, so note, you are going to need to scroll past the editable region to copy the class. Okay, we've already done that. So we scrolled all the way up to, where is the class? Yeah, to this one to copy the style for the sky class. Okay, let's move on. So in the sky class of the media query, we want to change the two yellowish colors to this instead. So I'll just copy this and replace the two yellowish colors with it. Okay. Also, we want to change this one, which is this one here, to 445. So I'll say 445. Okay, and then finally, we want to change the last one to 223. So I'll say 223. All right, now see what happens when the size is less. We have something looking like a moon and then a dark background. But if the screen size is more than 1000 pixels, then this is what we have. Okay, so this is daytime. We have daytime when the screen size is larger than 1000 pixels, and then we have nighttime when the screen size is less than 1000 pixels, like so. So that's the benefit of using media queries. Okay, so we have just 2 more steps and we are done with the entire project. So inside our media query, we also want to add a root element, a root selector, sorry. So we say root, and then we want to redefine all 4 of the building colors to use the value 000, which is black. Okay, so that we get this skyline image that we have here. So the way we're going to do that is first say building dash color. So I'll say 1, and then I'll give it a value of #000, which is black. Okay, so already you can see that that is taking effect in some of the buildings. So I'll just hold Option and Shift and press down 4 times. Now change this from 1 to 2. You see it's also applied to the 2. I'll change this from 1 to 3. There you go. And then I'll change this from 1 to 4. All right. Now we have something that is almost similar to this one, except the windows. So the windows are a bit different. We'll work on that. Okay. Okay, so finally, in the root selector for the media query, we want to redefine all the window color variables to use 777. Okay, so as you can see here, we have these window color variables. So what I'm going to do is just copy them from here. Then I'm just going to paste them inside here. Okay, and then let's do 777. As you can see, it's already taking effect. 777, and then finally another 777. Yeah, so that's it. we are done with the entire project. So we have it two ways. If the screen size is larger than 1000 pixels, we have a daytime version. And then if the screen size is less than 1000 pixels, we also have a nighttime version. Yeah, so yeah, we've come a very long way, but finally we are done with this project. So thanks for watching, and like I said earlier, I have already done videos for the rest of the curriculum. So I've done videos for all of these. I've done 3 of the projects: the survey form, the tribute page, and then the technical documentation. So if you want to have a look at them, you can have a look at them as well. And yeah, so see you in the next video.